Hey guys, and with the almost certain announcement next week from Wolves that Bruno Lage will be Wolves' new head coach. I thought I'd just do a little bit of a rundown on his history and what we can expect to happen next under Lage at Wolves. So let's start with his coaching experience, so to speak. From 2000 to 2004, he was coaching youth sides around Portugal. And then from 2004 to 2012, he was instrumental in coaching the Benfica under-15s and under-17s. It was then that he left Benfica and teamed up with Carlos Carvalho, initially going to the UAE from 2012 to 2004 with Shabab Ali, and then they moved to the Championship with Sheffield Wednesday from 2015 to 2017. They got to the playoff final the first year and then got knocked out in the semi-final the second year to both the teams that went up that year. That followed a move to Swansea in the Premier League, where unfortunately, although they did okay, they didn't do well enough, and Swansea were relegated in the last relegation place. After that, the partnership broke up and he went back to Benfica B and worked with them for a while until the period of time where Benfica were fourth under the manager at the time, 7 points behind Porto, and he was installed as the caretaker boss. And they went on a dizzy, remarkable run, winning 55 points out of 57 points to catch Porto on the last day and take the title. He was then given the permanent manager's job in the summer. He was instrumental in that period when he took over as caretaker. He changed Benfica from a 4-3-3 to a 4-4-2 system. Sound familiar with Wolves? Obviously Nuno playing that 4-3-3 system for quite a lot. So I'll come more onto that a little bit later on what type of 4-4-2 system he would be playing, but that's what happened. Some players here that have basically quoted Bruno Lage of helping their careers when they were in the youth setup. Bernardo Silva, Benfica youth, Joe Felix, João Cancelo, Gedson Fernandes, basically saying that he'd been a massive influence in helping them focus from off-field activities to the on-field activities. In terms of the João Felix, he changed Felix to play him in a more attacking role, and then obviously during the summer, in between Benfica winning the title and the following season, Benfica sold 4 players for over £200 million at the end of that season. João Felix, one of them, over 100 million, going to Atletico Madrid. But also, Raul Jimenez sold from Benfica to, as you know, Wolves. So despite all that, they invested about 60 million in bringing players in, and they still continued to start quite well during the following season, but then it started to sort of fall apart a little bit. From September to January, they only conceded 6 goals and were undefeated, but Porto beat them and then it fell away, and he's been out of work now for 11 months. And he's 45 years of age. What have some of the players said about him? Very intelligent, good tactical knowledge. Sanjinto Silva actually said they called him the king of tactics, and he's very studied with his opponents. What can we expect at Wolves in terms of his style of play? Well, as previously mentioned, he looks like he likes the 4-4-2 system, but towards the end of his reign in Benfica, he also adapted the 4-2-3-1 system, which we've seen Nuno try out a little bit this season. In terms of the 4-4-2, he does like to get his wing backs forward, so this could spell positivity for Nelson Semedo, who does like to get forward, and also Ait-Nouri as well in that formation. Obviously he's got attacking players up front currently at the moment with Adama Traoré. We don't know what's going to happen. Pedro Neto, in terms of his sale, will he be here or not next season? Pedro Neto, Daniel Pedence, and we've seen the likes of Vitina and also Morgan Gibbs-White that can play behind or in the hole. And also we've got Fabio Silva. Interesting, someone who's very much in the know in Portuguese football, Alex Calves, has stated on his Twitter that Luis Nascimento is joining Wolves as a coaching team. Now, he is actually Bruno Lage's brother, and it's said to be more significant than you think. Months before Fabio Silva joined Wolves, he said of Nascimento, he was the coach who made me grow most. 4 years from their time together, they link up again. So, you know, Fabio Silva could have a big role to play. Obviously, Wolves and Fosun have got to back the new manager when he comes in. What we can say, in that year that Benfica won, they scored 106 goals, but they wasn't too shabby defensively either. They do like to play, or he did like to play the pressing from the front, then the front third, then the middle third, then the back third, trying to win the ball back in that 4-4-2 and having overlapping full-backs as well. Be interesting to see just what happens obviously in the transfer window, and who goes out and who comes in and what happens. But from what I've read and looked up and listened to and that type of thing, I'm feeling a lot more positive about this appointment. Obviously gutted when Nuno left, but if he transforms Wolves into a more attacking, exciting football, and we keep that defensive stability, and we do get the right players in to fit what he wants, then maybe it could be an exciting couple of 2 or 3 years. Will it happen overnight? We will wait and see. It's all going to be the proofs, as I say, in the pudding. But from his record, he does have a distinct record of bringing youth through, of being very positive, very attacking minded, very studious, very knowledgeable, very good with the tactics. So hopefully that will get the best out the Wolves squad. But as I say, who goes out and who comes in to make up that squad, and what happens on the training ground before pre-season. And it does look like Bruno Lage will be announced in the coming week as Wolves' new head coach. His work permit has been granted. They're just settling on the obviously on the final details of his contract and obviously his backroom team, and then we can expect the notice. If you've enjoyed this video, please smash a like. If you like your Wolves content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.